Welcome to District 32 Radio. My name is Jackie Campbell, and I had a miraculous thing which happened to me the other day. I found out through talking with our next guest that there is more to the life of an accountant than BAS and tax returns. Who knew that they can be so much more useful in your business? I'm luckily joined today by Paul Grafton, who's going to tell us all about the things which could do. Paul, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And who knew there was more to life than BAS and tax?
Well, I think it's been programmed into business owners that that's what you need to do by the government, and there's a requirement for that to happen. But we can offer more as accountants or bookkeepers. So that's what Grafton Partners is about. We try and help business owners with those financial challenges.
Okay, so if I'm looking past my BAS and I'm looking past my tax return, the thing which springs to mind is a P&L, which I'm assuming it's a good idea to be able to understand. It's
always good, yeah. As a business owner, you should have some knowledge of that. You should have an advisor, an accountant working with you to try and explain that. I mean, that's what they're there for, to help you understand it and help you understand what drives that P&L and what creates the results.
Okay, fantastic. So if I've got a P&L and it's just not doing what I want it to do, and it's funny, the number of times I've had a conversation with someone who's gone, well, my P&L says I've got lots of money, but I've got no money in the bank. I mean, that's surely a fundamental problem and it's not necessarily about the income you're earning, is it, that you've got that problem?
No, look, there's a number of reasons why you might have that problem. That's why you need to engage somebody more likely on a regular basis to actually work through those issues, because there's no point going to see your accountant once a year when you had that problem 6 months ago, because you may not still be in business today.
That's fair enough. So I guess as a person who understands what the numbers are doing, you can see the wobbly wheels before they start to sort of fall off?
Yeah, absolutely. And what we like to do is talk to clients, because we ask them how the business is going, so we get some input from them, and then we also can diagnose the problem by listening to what they have to say and what's happening in their business with the actual financial results. By putting those two things together, then we can see where the problems lie and what are the key issues we need to deal with, say, over the next 3 months.
Okay. So that sounds like if you understand how a business is going, and if you've spent some time with these people, the business owners or the key personnel perhaps within the business, you also get a chance to understand the goals that they're trying to achieve. Am I understanding that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very important that business owners know those goals and be able to espouse them, because there's no point talking to your accountant on the day you want to do something and say, hey, look, I want finance to buy a building because we're moving office.
On the weekend.
And I'm going to talk to the bank to get some money off them. Because you need to plan for that to make sure that that's financially viable.
Yep.
That's the whole idea. And that's why there's that regular engagement and talking to your accountant and moving away from the once a year discussion with your accountant talking about last year's numbers.
Right. I guess you can't do anything about last year's numbers, can you?
There's a little bit of magic you can do with last year's numbers from a tax point of view, but that's not going to help you get anything today with the bank.
But that also doesn't help you from a cash flow point of view.
No, that's right.
Okay. What do you see when you're talking to small business owners, when they're just running out of cash? I mean, obviously cash flow. What are the key things there which seem to be causing the problem?
Lack of planning. And so they haven't really got a plan, or they haven't been talking to their accountant or bookkeeper about that plan. And also maybe the lack of setting those goals to make sure that they got things in place so those goals are achievable. Okay. There's something normally missing that causes that problem.
Right. So is that something which is like, we've got too much stock on hand, or all of a sudden we bought 87,000 widgets, which is effectively a 10-year supply, and now we've got to have somewhere to put them?
Yeah, absolutely. It depends on what business you're in, but there's normally a motion of flow of cash through the business, and there's a number of points that could be held up, or you don't have enough working capital behind the business to actually fund it going through a period of time. So in different businesses, there's different seasons. So you need to be able to manage those shortfalls, I guess, and understand that they're coming up. So you don't go buy that new car, or you don't go on a holiday. You actually know what to focus on coming up, so your business is still kept in good shape moving forward.
Okay. And does that sort of extend I want to expand my business. I want to be, it's now September and I want to have $1 million turnover by the end of the financial year. Are you able to help with that?
Yeah, absolutely, because what we'd do with the client is actually work through how they're going to achieve that and what that would look like, because then they might need to engage other stakeholders to try and achieve that and see how that would look financially, because they might have to spend some money before they get any money in to get that $1 million turnover, or employ more staff, or have a target of sales or something like that. They need to work it out, how they're going to achieve that, and put some metrics and a plan around that, rather than just saying this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Most people say that, don't achieve it.
Right. And is that because they don't actually understand necessarily what's involved from a how do I arrange my business best
Yes.
point of view?
Yeah, it comes down to having the right strategy and having the right systems and plans to achieve that.
Okay. So how can Grafton specifically help with that? Because, let's face it, there's thousands of accountants out there, and they all apparently do BAS and tax.
Yep.
So obviously Grafton's a bit different in this space.
Yeah, look, so Grafton Partners, what we do is cloud technology is so good these days. So we try and get clients onto the cloud if they're not already there. Mm-hmm. And the cloud technology, what that does is it makes things convenient, but it also brings everything into real time. So we can actually then see how everything's going in your business, and we can have a discussion with you constantly over a Zoom or over the phone or face-to-face about where you're at, and keeping you honest with those plans, and hey, you're going right in this direction or whatever. So I think it's more of that constant contact and working through with the business owner about where they're going is actually trying to get them on that path.
Okay. So to me that sounds like, other than obviously making sure we're legally compliant with our businesses, that Grafton Partners can assist with helping you understand perhaps what's happening in your business, why things are happening, why the P&L says you have $133,000 and your bank account says that you've got minus 10.
Yep.
But also with that planning and education around that, so that we can make better decisions as business owners. And
Absolutely.
then, because we're on the cloud, because you've got access to what we're doing, we can partner for success to really achieve those goals.
That's right. It's so important because business owners have so much tied up in that they have great goals, but they've got to achieve them. So there has to be somebody in their life to keep them accountable, I guess.
Wow. So I guess if we're looking for an accountability partner, someone who you can actually expose a little bit of your soft belly there to go, look, I really actually don't understand this. I know I've been in business for 10 years, but I don't get it. Yeah. Are you the best people to talk to?
Absolutely. Look, the business owners are really good at what they do, and we partner with them to help them with the finances so they don't get caught out, I guess, in situations.
Well, that sounds like a really sensible call to make. Best way to get hold of you?
Have a look at our website or give us a call, 6280 1020.
Okay. And the website?
graftonpartners.com.au.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Paul. I must admit, accountability is one of the things a lot of business owners struggle with. It sounds like you're a solution to their financial accountability problems.
Thank you for having me.